Mr. Speaker, can I thank the honourable gentleman for his comments, and I agree with much of what he said. He again sums up very eloquently in a way it's typical of him. He is a very eloquent speaker at the dispatch box, and that was a particularly poignant and moving contribution. And he's right to say the whole House share condemnation of the acts that took place. I thought his comment about the brightness of life of Lyra was very moving as well. She did represent Londonderry. She represented Northern Ireland. She represented the future of Northern Ireland. And I'm struck by, as I mentioned in my opening remarks, when I was with the Mayor of Derry and Strabane on Saturday, he knew her personally. He taught her, and Councillor John Boyle said that Lyra was one of those people who wanted her name in lights, just not in the way that her name was in lights over the weekend, and that is the tragedy. I agree with him. There is definitely a sense on the ground that this is the end. People don't want to see this happen again. Those communities that have been oppressed by the terrorists, oppressed by the dissidents, made to live on estates in a way they don't want to live in those estates, not be part of that, are standing up and saying, no, not in my name. He is quite right to say this. And none of us can escape the symbolism of this, that it was Good Friday. It was a woman, a journalist, an innocent who was shot dead by terrorists. That is something that none of us can escape and surely miss. And I agree with him also about the symbolism of the political leaders joining together on Friday in Creggan. Being together, I think there was great leadership shown by all those political leaders, leadership that the people of Northern Ireland want to see, and I commend them all for what they did. There are many things that we will need to talk about in the coming days, and I'm very happy to work with him on those, but I think at the moment, with Lyra's funeral tomorrow, it is best that we reflect on the brilliance of the light that she shone and the future that she had that we will never see.